My wife told me she already had sex at work today. Simple sentence. 5 seconds to speak. 38 years of principles crumbling into dust. I stood there in our bedroom, hand still resting on her shoulder where I'd touched her, trying to reconnect after months of distance. The air conditioner hummed. Traffic whispered outside. She said it again when I asked her to repeat it. Same flat tone, eyes on her phone screen instead of my face. No tears. No apology. No explanation. I pulled my hand away. You said enough. 3 words. Last ones I spoke to her for hours. My name is irrelevant now. The man I was died in those 5 seconds. But before tonight, I'd been someone else. Someone proud of what he'd built. 38 years old. Project manager at a construction firm in Dallas. Good salary, solid reputation, no shortcuts. I'd learned early from my father. Own your truck before you propose. Own your house before you marry. Build the foundation first, or everything cracks later. I'd done it right. Paid off my F-250 by 32. Bought a 3-bedroom ranch-style house in a decent neighborhood by 35. Only then did I start looking. Laura walked into my favorite coffee shop on a Tuesday morning, 18 months before tonight. Auburn hair caught the sunlight through the window. She moved with confidence, ordered without checking her phone, smiled at the barista like he mattered. Beautiful, yes, but more than beauty. Presence. Self-assurance. She worked as an assistant at an insurance company downtown. We dated for a year. I checked every box. Consistent, responsible, present. She laughed at my construction site stories. Kissed me goodbye every morning. Said yes when I proposed on the anniversary of our first date. The wedding was small. Our first 2 years played out smooth. We painted the kitchen together. Argued about furniture placement. Hosted Thanksgiving. Normal marriage things. Then the distance started. Small at first. She'd turn away when I reached for her at night. Headache. Tired. Work stress. Excuses stacked up like bricks. One refusal became 2, became weekly, became monthly. When intimacy happened, she lay there mechanical, going through motions, somewhere else in her mind. I became a roommate. Worse than a roommate. A maintenance man she lived with. But I kept my end. Fixed the leaking shower. Filed taxes on time. Hit the gym 5 mornings a week. Paid bills. Maintained the house, the truck, myself. No affairs. No bars. No falling apart. Discipline. Responsibility. The foundation held even when the structure rotted. Today had been brutal. Supplier delayed concrete delivery. Client threatened to walk. I spent 8 hours putting out fires, negotiating, promising. Drove home at 7:30, shoulders tight, jaw clenched. Laura sat on the couch when I walked in. She glanced up, nodded, went back to her phone. Dinner's in the fridge. No kiss. No question about my day. I heated leftover chicken. Ate alone at the kitchen counter. Washed my plate. Later, I tried. One more attempt to bridge the gap, to remind her we were married, to find something worth salvaging. She said those words instead. I lay in bed beside her afterward, staring at the ceiling. She fell asleep in minutes. Her breathing even out, peaceful, unburdened. My mind shifted gears. Shock dissolved into something colder, clearer. I'd built foundations for 15 years. Poured concrete, set rebar, calculated loads. You don't save a structure with a cracked foundation. You tear it down. Start over. Morning would come. I'd go to the gym, go to work, act normal. But tonight, lying in the dark, I began planning the demolition. The alarm pierced the silence at 5:30. Same time as always. I rolled out of bed, laced my running shoes, drove to the gym, bench press, deadlifts, rows. Every rep precise, controlled. The iron didn't care about betrayal. Numbers stayed numbers. Laura was still asleep when I showered and dressed. I left without breakfast, without a word. At my desk by 7:15, I opened spreadsheets, reviewed blueprints, answered emails. Co-workers saw nothing different. I perfected the mask years ago. During my lunch break, I sat in the truck and dialed Chris. We'd served together in the Guard. Stayed close after. He ran a private security firm now. Need surveillance, I said. My wife. No hesitation on his end. GPS tracker, cameras, or both? Start with GPS Texas law. Says it's legal on a jointly owned vehicle. I'll have it installed tonight. 2 weeks should give us patterns. Bill me directly. Personal account. Understood. I hung up and pulled out my laptop. Logged into our joint bank account. Scrolled through 3 months of statements. Restaurant charges near her office. Tuesdays and Thursdays mostly. Same places. Times when she'd texted me she was skipping lunch. Too busy. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. A photo loaded. Laura. Some man. Restaurant booth. His hand on hers across the table. Text below. Thought you should know. Sorry. The number blocked itself before I could respond. Someone from her office. Had to be. A co-worker with a conscience. I saved the photo. Backed it up to 3 locations. Evidence. Foundation. The demolition was already underway. Chris installed the tracker after midnight. Small magnetic box under Laura's rear bumper. Undetectable. 2 weeks of patience. I said nothing about her confession. Gave her space. Watch her move through the house like a ghost, distant, preoccupied. The GPS data painted a clear picture. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Same office building 3 blocks from her workplace. 30-minute stops. Sometimes an hour. Week 3, Chris sent video. Laura walking into a Hilton lobby. A man beside her. His hand on her lower back. They disappeared through the elevator doors. I forwarded the clip to my personal cloud. Added it to the growing folder. The lawyer's office smelled like leather and old books. He sat across from me, reading through my documentation. Texas recognizes adultery as grounds, he said. These records strengthen your position considerably. How long? 3 months minimum. Potentially faster with her cooperation. She won't cooperate. He nodded. Then we prepare for litigation. I signed the retainer agreement. Paid half up front. At home, I started moving items. My father's shotgun. The truck title. Birth certificate. 1 box at a time to a storage unit across town. Open a new checking account. Had my employer split my direct deposit. 60% to joint, 40% to personal. Laura bought new lingerie. Left it in the bathroom hamper. Black lace. Tag still attached. Not for me. She changed her phone password too. Used to be our wedding date. One evening she mentioned Marcus casually. He's helping with a project at work. I nodded, sipped my water. Later, I found him on LinkedIn. Marcus Greenfield. Senior manager. Same insurance company. His profile photo showed him standing outside an office building. The same building the GPS tracker logged 3 times a week. Week 4. The folder held everything. GPS logs. Video footage. Bank statements. Timestamps. Locations. My lawyer drafted the petition. Grounds. Adultery. Division of assets favored me. Texas law sided with a faithful spouse. When do you want to serve her? He asked. At her office. Maximum impact. He raised an eyebrow but didn't argue. I'll arrange the process server. Chris called the day before. Found something else. Marcus Greenfield is married. Wife's name is Jennifer. 2 kids. I sat in my truck, engine idling. Does she know? Doubt it. Want me to reach out? No. This isn't about revenge. I'm getting out clean. Your call. Bills in your email. I paid him in full. Closed our joint account the same afternoon. Transferred my half to personal. Froze the shared credit card. Called Laura's office. Disguised my voice as a courier. Delivery for Laura Morrison. Tomorrow at noon. We'll have someone at reception. That evening, I packed my grandfather's watch. Photo albums from before the marriage. Emptied the bedroom safe. Birth certificates, passport, the truck deed. 1 duffel bag. Everything important fit inside. Laura came home late. Lipstick smudged. Hair slightly disheveled. Long day? I asked. Exhausting. She microwaved leftovers. Ate in front of the television. I went to bed early. Set 3 alarms. Tomorrow, the foundation would finally collapse. I'd be long gone when it did. Noon. I walked into her office building wearing a suit, carried a manila envelope. The receptionist smiled. "Can I help you?" "Delivery for Laura Morrison. She's on the 3rd floor. I can call her down." "Appreciate it." 3 minutes. Laura emerged from the elevator, confused. She spotted me, froze mid-step. I handed her the envelope. "You've been served." Her fingers trembled as she opened it. I scanned the first page. Petition for divorce. Adultery. Evidence attached. Color drained from her face. "Wait." I turned, walked toward the exit. "Please, we can talk about this." Her voice echoed through the lobby. Co-workers appeared in doorways, curious. I pushed through the glass doors. Sunlight hit my face. My truck sat in the visitor parking. Phone buzzed before I reached it. Laura's name. Ignored. Buzzed again. Again. I drove to a Holiday Inn, checked in for 3 nights. Turn off my phone. Open my laptop. Compose an email to my brother, my 2 close friends, my mother. "Laura and I are divorcing. Don't contact me about it. Don't ask questions. I'm fine." Sent it. Closed the laptop. Lay on the bed. Stared at the ceiling. No anger. No sadness. Just emptiness where something used to be. My phone stayed off for 18 hours. When I powered it back on, 47 missed calls. 63 texts. Deleted them without reading. My lawyer sent one message. She hired representation. They want to negotiate. "Call me." I called. "Her attorney seems rattled," he said. "The evidence is overwhelming. She has no leverage." "Good. No contact except through you." "Understood." Week 2, Jennifer Greenfield called my office. Somehow she got my number. "Can we meet?" Her voice cracked. "Someone at Marcus's company told me. I need to know the truth." We met at a coffee shop. I slid copies of the relevant evidence across the table. Dates. Photos of Marcus. Nothing explicit. Nothing cruel. She cried quietly. Thanked me. Said she was filing too. I left her there, drove home to an empty house. Laura tried everything over the next weeks. Angry texts. Guilt trips. Old photos sent at midnight. "Remember when we were happy?" I remembered. Didn't respond. 93 days after I served her, the judge signed the decree. I got the house. My truck. 70% of liquid assets. She got her car. Her belongings. Nothing else. We stood on opposite sides of courtroom. She tried to catch my eye. I gathered my papers, shook my lawyer's hand, walked out, never looked back.